Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So, with that being said, let's just dive in. Now, before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to quickly ask if all of those XRP holders can hit that like button. For every single like, XRP pumps $1. But in all actuality, it just basically helps the YouTube algorithm, kind of push my video out, and I do greatly appreciate that. But overall, today we're going to be talking about a lot of things in regards to XRP. We've been seeing some massive capitulation happening within this market. I've been seeing a lot of weak hands selling. I've actually been seeing a lot of comments on YouTube videos that I posted, and even on Twitter, and even in the Discord saying, it's all over. It's done. I'm out. This market is going nowhere. XRP's a dead coin. XRP's this, that. I love to see that. Honestly, when we look at the charts, Bitcoin's overall integrity has been holding fairly strong in terms of a bullish structure. Right now, we are seeing a fairly good point on the dollar, which is going to lead me to my next addressable factor, which is the bottom and also the topping signal. Now, when we look at this, I've been talking to you guys about, the dollar for a while in regards to Bitcoin. Back in March 2020, we basically seen a 20x from those prices on Bitcoin to almost 70K. And when we look at that exact bottom from that point on, going all the way to around like May, we pumped massively in terms of 2021, which was around this time here. And by the way, just so you guys know, the bearish price action began once the dollar gained strength. So when I tell you guys to watch the dollar closely, you could basically trade against the dollar within this market, and even in terms of risk, on assets like stocks, because once the dollar starts to gain momentum and strength, a lot of those assets kind of start to lose structure, integrity, and then kind of roll over. But we have been talking about the dollar for a while. I believe that once this does kind of, flip bearish, that's when we are going to see that massive bull run throughout the entire crypto market. And I'm not the only one who sees this. Shout out to Crypto Tony here as well. I don't know if I shouted out Income Sharks, but if you guys go check him out on Twitter, you guys will not regret it. Incredible individual. But also, we do see Crypto Tony. Good morning, legends. Until we see the dollar topping out, we are not going to see a killer pump on Bitcoin just yet. We are approaching strong support, so I imagine the time will be near, guys. And it is very close. I've been addressing this chart for a while. I mean, look at this. Does this look sustainable at all? Honestly, the dollar currently is on a multi-year, well, not a multi-year run. Well, it's technically a yearly run because we started in January of 2021 and we just continued to move. We are currently up about 15% almost at the top of this candle. I foresee this getting, at some point in time, a massive reversal. And I have the 2018 lows placed on the chart. Don't know if we are going to go that low. We might even retest some support or even come down and test like the 236. It's hard to tell in terms of the dollar because we do know the overall structure of the economic markets right now around the U.S. and the U.S. dollar itself. So I'm very interested in watching where this does kind of lead us to. But as you guys do see in terms of those candles going back to the monthly candles of March, usually this candle is going to be the one that will most likely turn bearish. And we are nearing the end of the month. In terms of the end of the month, we are hoping for Bitcoin to get back above 40 plus K, like 44K would be the key target. So hopefully this does turn on its side and fall. So with that in mind, let's talk about a few things in regards to Ripple. So I seen Ripple post this 2 days ago, and its digital asset liquidity is growing across networks, solving real-world problems and pain points. What does the future hold for crypto liquidity? And this is talking more so about institutional demand, and it's also building out, that liquidity, pool, or the liquidity hub, if you will, which is one massive liquidity pool for institutional demand. The funny thing about this is that we look at things that are happening within crypto, and still everyone is really kind of addressing the fact that, like, oh, look at the current price action. It doesn't matter. XRP is going nowhere. This is going nowhere. Guys, you got to realize that when we are talking about the current prices of this market compared to even just 2 years ago, this market is completely different. Going back to 2017 and 2018, completely different. Overall, on the long-term span of crypto, we are going to a $100 trillion market cap. And I'm actually going to be making a video breakdown about this later today, really kind of addressing this because I don't think people are realizing the longevity of this market and where we are basically headed in terms of mass adoption and even regulations. Also, we did see the IMF basically give us a major warning. Now, here we have it. Pretty clear to me the world of money is going to do the right thing, and it is going to drive innovation that the private sector is so good at providing this cheaper, faster service that digital money can provide. Listen closely to this. This is, of course, from the IMF.
Over 100 of our members are at some point of exploring central bank digital currency. At the head of the pack, the Bahamas, the first country to introduce the Bahama sand dollar, and followed by Nigeria and others. But at different stages, we find countries big and small. And what we recognize is that the world of money is going to do the right thing. And it is to drive innovation that private sector is so good at providing in technology, combined with the trust built by the participation of central banks, regulators, and standard settlers. And that is moving in a way that hopefully will bring to the economy this cheaper, faster service that digital money can provide without the overwhelming risks we have to be mindful of.
And almost everything that is said from a lot of these videos. Now, shout out to BondCrypt for this, by the way, on Twitter. But almost everything that has been happening right now within crypto is centered around, of course, cheaper, faster services that are also providing almost instant settlement. When we address the things happening right now throughout the entire market, everyone's really focused on ISO 222, or they're focused on the SEC lawsuit, or they're focused on this, that, whatever the case may be. But when you look at things happening around the entire infrastructure of the current legacy systems, you could clearly see a pattern. And that pattern is a push towards, digitization of the current legacy systems. Who are going to be the main players? It's going to be players that have already had, strong integrity and solved problems around these payments. AKA Ripple has the longest term proof of a payments infrastructure or network that could provide these efficiencies. So why wouldn't they go with something that is already proven technology? That's why I've always said pay attention to projects that have the longevity in these markets and the services that they are providing. Now, talking about the SEC lawsuits, we did see, an overall interview with Brad Garlinghouse from Bloomberg. They were basically talking about crypto regulation. Now, Jeremy Hogan here is basically talking about this 10-minute mark where Brad is asked about the possibility of losing the lawsuit and says Ripple is already operating in a world where it's at, as if it had lost, sorry. And that one made him think a couple minutes, and we do see, sorry, I didn't mean to be cryptic. My main thought was that XRP's pricing already has Ripple's loss baked in. There's no difference between now and a loss in March. Not saying that's what will happen. If you hold XRP, a loss doesn't change its value, but imagine a win. So if you think about this, a loss is already priced into XRP's, overall value. So think about what a win will actually push XRP to if we do see that settlement. Again, we have to wait to see that settlement actually put in place, but it will most likely happen sooner than expected. Now, if you guys want to know the video that he was basically talking about, here you guys have it. So it's I love Brad Garlinghouse smile/smirk when she tells him, that basically they think that the SEC will win versus Ripple. Shout out to Cozy Crypto for this. But listen closely to this, and also pay attention to Brad Garlinghouse's demeanor when he does get asked this question.
Brad, our litigation analysts here at Bloomberg Intelligence think that the SEC ultimately is going to win this. That's just an opinion. It's a hypothetical scenario. But in that scenario, how do...
And there you have it. Yeah, I mean, he's basically smirking. He's basically surprised because when you look at the overall integrity of this overall lawsuit, and I just said overall 45 times, but when you look at the integrity of this lawsuit, there's really no proof behind it. There's really no integrity to this SEC case at all. So the fact that these individuals think that the SEC is going to win is just comical to me. But listen closely.
How does Ripple move forward?
Well, look, I think the Howey test is being stretched beyond recognition. And again, there's a 1946 Supreme Court case. So the idea that XRP, which we use as a currency, the idea that that's a security, I think is just misguided. But look, unfortunately, Ripple is already operating in a world where it's as if we have lost. Right, so in the United States, XRP has for all intents and purposes, there's no liquidity. It's been halted and frozen on most U.S.-based exchanges. Despite that fact, Ripple had a record year last year. We continued to grow very quickly across our major product groups. Even Q1 was a record for us. Now, unfortunately, that growth is almost all coming from outside the United States, and we are hiring more and more people outside the United States. But our customer base now is about 95% non-U.S. companies, non-U.S. payment companies.
And he's also mentioning basically how 95% of all, Ripple clientele is basically outside of the U.S., which, again, the SEC lawsuit has basically pushed Ripple out of the U.S. They have headquarters overseas. They could up and move out of the U.S. to operate outside of the U.S. as well if that does, basically become the main solution. But again, I do hope to see U.S. regulations be put in place that are not stifling and they actually are allowing innovative technology to move forward. But who knows exactly where this is going. Now, last but not least, I do want to mention to you guys, again, banks moving in on crypto. More so around Ripple. We do see here, boom, fourth largest bank in the entire world dramatically cuts remittance fees over 80% by utilizing Ripple's payment technology. Mefg to cut remittances fees between Thailand and Indonesia, by over 80%. Now, a lot of people were saying, where's the link to this? What's going on? Where's all the, content around this? Well, let's actually dive in and let's talk about a few things. So let's actually connect this to Ripple because there's no mention of Ripple within this article. But how are they cutting 80% of those fees? Pretty interesting. Let's go check it out. So back in March of 2017, Mefg joins Ripple's Global Payment Steering Group. Now, again, when we look at this, we do see down here that Mefg will join Bank of America, Santander, Standard Chartered, Westpac Banking Corporation, Royal Bank of Canada, and CIBC in overseeing the maintenance and enhancement of payment transaction rules and formalized standards for commercial use of Ripple's network. These are massive banks, by the way. We welcome Mefg as one of the largest and most advanced banks in the world to the growing number of Ripple customers moving actual money across borders instantly. While many others continue to play in the sandbox, we're thrilled Mefg has joined us in our mission to revolutionize payments globally. Again, when we look at this is pretty large, and it is all centered around Ripple's network, aka RippleNet. And it is also focused on cross-border payments, by the way. Now, let's connect this to XRP. How are they utilizing XRP? Well, if they are gaining that 80% fee reduction, all right, we kind of go back again in time to 2019. SendFriend uses on-demand liquidity to save customers up to 80% in remittance fees. Okay. Mefg to cut remittance fees by 80%. I mean, is there a little bit of a coincidence here? I mean, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that this is fully connected through on-demand liquidity. And you can really kind of see in terms of XRP what they are basically, really how they're cutting those fees down. It is more so about, utilizing liquidity, basically cutting out the middlemen, which has always been the key solution to RippleNet products utilizing on-demand liquidity. Now, when we take a look at this, there are 4 big markets in the world for remittances: India, China, Philippines, and Mexico. And also, by the way, Ripple is positioned in almost every single one of those. And we do see the Philippines by far the most forward-thinking, which, by the way, we just recently, last summer, launched some corridors in Philippines, by the way. So, again, pretty significant. But again, this is all through on-demand liquidity, really kind of getting to the point of full financial inclusion, as well as, again, revolutionizing, the current payment technology that is out there now, which is inefficient. On-demand liquidity enables RippleNet customers to utilize the digital asset XRP to bridge 2 currencies in 3 seconds, ensuring payments are instantly sent and received in local currency on either side of the transaction, which, of course, it basically depresses those transaction costs by up to 75%, as you guys do see here. Now, we've actually seen this overall breakdown. Now, this is a little bit outdated, but we do see the institutional cost savings using Ripple. This is why I foresee them all utilizing XRP. They are not gaining that fee reduction without XRP. Here's Ripple, 33% savings. It's great. I'm not going to say that it's not, bad at all. That's incredible savings. Then we look at Ripple plus XRP, institutional cost savings using Ripple and XRP. Now, this is international payment infrastructure cost, 42%. So almost a 10% reduction. Who even would want 42% reductions? I mean, come on, think about it. Why would anybody even want to reduce their fees by 80%? Why would anybody even want to utilize XRP, right? Because that's every single person out there always says, why are they utilizing XRP that when they could utilize like the Bitcoin Lightning Network? It's laughable at this point. You're not getting 42% savings or 80% savings utilizing, the Bitcoin Lightning Network. But also, we do see international payment infrastructure cost. Again, 60%. And all of this goes hand in hand to basically determine that 80% reduction in cost, especially in terms of even payments and, those transactions that are high value as well. So when we look at this and we take a look at everything that has been happening lately in terms of banks joining in on, of course, crypto, adopting these, payment infrastructures, payment models, it's all going to be centered around liquidity because liquidity is solving these massive transaction fees. That's the key selling point for institutions. If you can offer something that is saving someone 80%, why wouldn't you utilize that technology? And they are not getting those 80% savings without XRP. XRP is the fuel source that actually allows for those 80% savings to be unlocked. And I should technically say that XRP is the key for that door. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.